Gruesome Magazine.
Hello, once again, I'm Doc Rotten, and this is Gruesome Magazine, where we review the very latest in streaming and video on-demand horror movies. Each week, my co-hosts, Jeff Mohr, Crystal Cleveland, and Dave Dreher, and I will take a look at very spooky, scary, and gory genre offerings. All right, tonight we are reviewing the sci-fi horror film Breach, starring Bruce Willis and Thomas Jane. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be fun, guys. All right, let me introduce the crew, starting off with the one and only Jeff Mohr. Jeff, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to, fight some interstellar aliens trying to destroy the human race.
Yes. Oozing zombie ghouls things from space.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. Yes. All right. Also joining us this week is Crystal Cleveland. She is the living dead girl. How you doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I'm ready to have some alien worm in a beer.
Ooh, slug beer.
Instead of tequila. Instead of my tequila, I'm going to have it in my beer.
Oh, no. Have you ever eaten a worm out of tequila?
No.
It ends up very this movie.
Gross.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty lame. No,
it's not terribly different. You wish you didn't remember what happened. That's a similarity. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to review the film. We're going to give our first impressions. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to wrap things up with our final thoughts, our score 1 to 5, and our favorite scene. So let's take a look at what the movie is. We are talking about Breach from Saban Films, available in theaters, on demand, digital on December 18th, 2020. Director is John Suits. The writer is Edward Drake and Corey Large. The cast includes Cody Kearsley, Bruce Willis, Rachel Nichols, Timothy V. Murphy, Callan, Mulvey, Callan. I'm just screwing up your name, Callan. I'm so sorry. And the one and only Thomas Jane. The synopsis is, on the cusp of fatherhood, a junior mechanic aboard an interstellar arc to New Earth must outwit a malevolent cosmic terror intent on using the spaceship as a weapon. Deep in space, they are not alone. Yes. I think Roger Corman made this movie 3 times in the 80s. I'm pretty sure of it.
Probably, yeah.
This is a Roger Corman film by its plot alone.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. Come on.
It probably made it in the 50s, too.
Well, that's what Roger Corman did. We just made them like this. All right. Well, let's do this. Crystal, you are up first. What is your first impression of Breach?
So, I must start off by saying that because Thomas Jane is in this movie, it is tainted in a good way. Like, I'm so in love with him. I almost don't want to say anything bad about this film because when he's on screen, it's just perfection. However, he's not on screen very much. So, therefore, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. So this movie, it's trying to be,
a lot of things, but what?
Yeah, it is. It's trying to be a little bit of, it really is a very typical Bruce Willis movie. It's just not made as well as most of the typical Bruce Willis movies, I would say. I don't know why there are such an abundance of handheld shots. I'm super confused by that choice. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it bothered me to a huge degree that it may be practically every shot was handheld. There was a little shade, and I'm like, that's a choice, and I don't think it was a very good choice. There are reasons for steady shots, and there are times for the handheld, and I think that you need to strike a happy medium. That was my first complaint, because at points it made me it was a little bit jarring and a little bit sick, and it was honestly not necessary. This movie is basically zombie aliens in space. That would probably be a very appropriate title. And we're talking speed zombies, which is kind of cool, with a little bit of the Thing thrown in at the end, trying to be.
There's that.
Yeah. So it sounds really good. And it's not bad. It's entertaining, but if I'm being completely honest, it's very typical to a sci-fi movie on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's pretty much on that level.
For Sci-Fi Channel, it has got
Yeah.
such a stank reputation.
But everyone knows. I mean, but and then that's okay. I mean, it's one of those movies you watch and you're like, oh, okay, it's entertaining. Okay, kind of okay. Special effects. Okay, and you set it up for a sequel. Okay, sci-fi film, typical sci-fi film. There's just nothing that's very compelling. The story has some holes. It's a little bit silly at times. The acting is meh at times, but I had fun. I had fun with it. It wasn't life changing, but I did get to see Thomas Jane.
Well, there's that. There's always you got to look at
Yeah.
the bright side, right? That's the silver
Yeah.
lining. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Sure. All right, Jeff Mohr, sir. Is there love from you for Thomas Jane as well? Is this a
Yeah.
shared love? All right, cool.
I do like Thomas Jane a lot, and I kind of like Bruce Willis too, but he's kind of has almost become a caricature of himself sometimes. But if you like that personality, that's basically what he's playing here. I like what you said, Crystal. Only I was thinking it was sort of like Alien that turns into somehow or another, rage zombies or something. That was
Yeah.
odd. Yeah, and it does have that thing in there. I don't know why exactly. Everything else didn't seem too bad, but the CGI on the creatures I thought was unbelievable. Without giving too much away,
What
it
about
was
the
just
guns? Oh my god! And the fire?
yeah.
It was like
That was cool. There's there's one of the things in here that just drives me up a tree. So our lead character, Noah. So one of the things he had to do, his girlfriend is on there. She's Thomas Jane's daughter, and she is in cryogenic pod for the trip. And that Noah has to work. He's maintenance on the ship while everybody else is sleeping with, maybe a couple dozen other people. And when he wakes her up because of the danger, he has to stop and kiss her every time that they're going to, right in the middle of time critical survival effort. What? I'm going to run do this. You go do this. Oh, wait, we have to stop and kiss first. Then we go. I don't know. He runs to save her, to get her out. He wakes her up, and the first thing he does is kiss her. He doesn't say, come on, we got to go. Two was he figures out a key piece of information that could help them in their battle.
oh god. Yes.
He doesn't really make it a priority to tell anybody.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff just drives me nuts. And again, Bruce is Bruce, and I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched that movie. I know people love that film, but it seemed like he was pretty much playing John McClane on a spaceship, only drunk.
And bored, drunk and bored.
Yeah, drunk and
Yeah.
bored. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think we would. The lead guy, I think back in the day, Jeff, we would have labeled this guy a milksop. That's a term you don't hear much anymore. But
Okay.
Is that a military term?
is it?
I don't
I
know.
think it is.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was in a lot of comic books when I read them when I was young. That's where I know. So maybe that's where
there
it
you
comes
go.
from. That's maybe where it comes from. This movie is shit. This is a terrible.
Oh.
Did I say the magic word for the dog? This movie is crap. It is terrible. The characters are the worst. Bruce Willis is you want the definition of phoning in a performance. Bruce Willis
Wow.
is just like, okay, I'm here, and there's this funny little things where they're doing like these holographic images, and it's just the most ridiculous. This movie is poorly edited. It's poorly shot. It's constructed in a very strange way. I mean, there's one scene where it's very crucial where one of the bad guys is kind of confessing, and it's edited out of order. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I was like, that was so totally wrong. How
a bunch of other stuff happens, and then he throws out the last line.
Yeah, and then how does he literally? How do everybody literally get back in the same exact spots? It's just okay. This lots of our two leads. Okay, get this. Our two leads, and I'm not dissing this as a profession, but for a film, they're janitors. They're the two leads are the janitors in this movie, and it's just
one's a demoted, like used to be a big star.
Major.
He
was a major. Yeah,
I have no idea what was that, but and it's just it's.
Well, why the assumption? Why the assumption that this thing was brought on board too? By the way, why assume someone had to bring it on board? Did no one even consider it could have just come from space?
Yeah, who knows?
I'm sorry. That really bothered me. I don't know if that bothered y'all at all, but I was like, immediately they assumed that someone brought an alien with them from Earth, as opposed to being in space. And it weaseled its way onto the ship. Now, we know what happens.
Well, they were right.
Yeah, they were right, because that's the way it was written. Yeah. But I was like, that's a little, I was like, I would not be, my first assumption would not be, someone brought this alien on board. I know we're in space, but someone brought it on board. That's just weird. That was a big one for me. I was like, oof.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too. There's a lot of that. It just gets worse and worse. And the whole thing with Thomas Jane's character and this guy is just the way I don't know.
Thomas Jane was perfect.
Oh, he was fine.
He was perfect. He was perfect. He was perfect.
Careful, Doc.
Perfection.
Perfection. He was absolute.
Yeah, it was.
Even when he killed his son in the mist, that was perfect.
Oh
God!
Wow! Bring that back! Wow!
Actually, I only
heal. Do you? Good God!
Yeah, that's so sad.
Oh my God! Okay. I'm so frustrated by this movie. Okay, there are some interesting things, like when the zombie things are down the hallway and they just go. Bah! They look great. Okay. But somehow they leap and fly through the air.
Yeah,
it's like,
that?
What's going on here? And then
but we don't get to actually. We don't actually.
We don't get
know
to
what
leave.
happens.
We don't get to land. We just get them going. It's so bad. If we were doing we're skipping worst of the year this year because it's 2020. We don't need to do anything, right? But if we were.
Really? I guess because I watch way too many sci-fi movies on the Sci-Fi Channel. Sci-Fi Channel. You totally have your place, and I am a lover of that. I guess that's why I was like, oh, I see what this is. And I didn't mind it. Oh. Because I was like, oh, I get it. It's a sci-fi movie.
Well, I will admit that I as much as I thought the movie was dumb and poop, I was entertained. So
yeah.
If you judge it just by that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, did it entertain me throughout the entire film? No. But at times, so dead bodies come back together and they create
a thing.
That's kind of cool. And somebody's arm comes sticking out of it, some go brr, right? So it could actually stick up the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
they missed the whole chance with. Sorry, Jeff. I'm giving you no chance to talk. They totally missed a chance to have Bruce Willis crawling through the ducts. Come on.
No, but see, did you? I think that was purposeful. I think that it was like he was making jokes about it, and I think he was like, "No, this is the young one. That's his job now."
Yeah.
So this movie was super funny to me. I guess that's why I really liked it because, well, I feel like giving my favorite scene away. But like the kid says to him, "What are you supposed to be? Some kind of badass?" Fuck, that was freaking hilarious. Because obviously they were making fun of him. They were making fun of him in his movies, and this was just really lighthearted. It was a lighthearted horror movie, a lighthearted horror sci-fi for sure.
I mean, it's definitely heavy on the
Yeah.
horror. I mean, yes, it's sci-fi. They're on a ship going from Earth to New Earth because Earth is going to die. It's that old chestnut, but
Yeah. I know, and it does. It really is literally, you could like cherry pick all this different stuff from different movies that they threw together to make this. I
that's
kinda
why
like
I'm
that,
saying
though,
it's
too.
rather fun.
Yeah. I kind of like that though too. I guess I was just like I must have been in a good mood because I was like, oh, I see what you did there. I'm not saying it's great. The effects are trash. The handheld cinematography is trash. Some of the editing is trash. Yeah, but
I'm trying to
liked
think.
it.
The only guy I cared about was Thomas Jane. I didn't care about
Yeah.
Noah. And just for
Oh,
the
no.
record, Doc, Milksop is a person who is indecisive and lacks courage.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
That's
There
him.
you go.
That was
That's
him.
the definition,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this Cody Kearsley guy. Kearsley. Do we know what he's been in before? Because no, he was in Riverdale for a couple of episodes. And he's.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's cutting his teeth. He's cutting his. He's a beginner. All right, we'll give him
Sci-fi
some-
movie. Sci-fi movie.
We'll give
See?
him some slack.
Hmm.
But did you get any Jeff? Is there? Wow, that look.
Yeah.
Is there any chemistry between the characters?
Ooh.
Well, this is another thing. Another guy I like is Timothy Murphy. He's a good actor, but
Yeah.
they jerk him out of the point where he's got any personality, right? Without giving too much away. I liked him, but then,
Yeah.
He made the best zombie though.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
He made the best zombie, and when he threatened to throw the guy out the
Yeah.
escape hatch, whatever.
Airlock.
I totally believed this guy would do that. He was large and in charge. I thought he was really good. I liked him. And
That's what I thought. I was thinking, boy, that would be interesting. Where would this go then? Let's hear.
and of course, we've all seen Callan Mulvey in films. He's a character actor. He's been in like just a bunch of stuff. He's been in Captain America movies, Batman, and Superman movies. He's that character actor that's usually a henchman or the bad guy that gets beat up. But he's great at it, and I thought he's fine here. But you knew he's shady from the beginning. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like no hiding it.
I'm sorry.
I know he says it like 10 or 20 times.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. What are you sorry
And I was like, no one wants to ask this guy what he's sorry about at all, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly right.
Sorry.
It's like,
Somebody asked me what I'm sorry for.
I know, and I'm like, someone get it. Someone ask this man a question.
Anyway,
somebody asked us a question.
We got quiet. Or did we freeze?
Oh, you did. We're fine. We're fine. All right. With that. we should probably wrap this up
Good.
And do our final thoughts. Yeah. So what we do is we give our final thoughts, our score 1 to 5, and our favorite scene, thrown a little bit by our technical difficulties there, but we're all good. So let's. But before we do, this is what we like you to do. If you're still listening, and we hope you are, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, or dislike. All that helps other people find us, and we appreciate that greatly. We also want to hear from you, so that's putting some comment
Down below.
Yes,
comments.
Yes. And we are getting comments, and I want to just, if you're listening to this, I want to thank you all for the comments. They are delightful. They are absolutely delightful. Even when you give us shit. And
You do. And when you disagree with me, Shame on you. No, I'm just kidding.
You can disagree with Doc, but
I love it. No, I like it.
Everybody disagrees with me. That's what we're talking about. All right, but anyway. All right. So let's do this. Let's do our final thoughts. Our score 1 to 5 on our favorite scene. Crystal, you're up first.
Okay, so I liked it. I mean, I had fun with it. I wouldn't say I liked it. If you like sci-fi channel movies, I think you'll get this and you'll find it fun. Yeah, like so. I'm giving it a 3. A 3. I almost wanted to go a little higher.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I liked it for what it is.
You know what Doc's thinking.
I liked it for what it is. It is what it is, and that's what it delivers. It is what it is. So it delivered the perfect sci-fi channel movie, and I love that stuff. So for me, okay, it's good. I want to say my favorite scene is. I don't care. What are you supposed to be? Some kind of badass? I died laughing there. I just thought that the interaction with Bruce Willis was funny. I know he was phoning in his performance. He probably just needed a payday, which I get, but it was funny, and I like that he made fun of himself, and it was almost like he was passing off the torch in a way to this whoever this guy is. I don't know who he is. And yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a fun watch for people, as long as you know what you're getting. This is not going to be some high quality stellar movie. It is what it is.
And Bruce Willis actually is in the movie throughout the entire movie.
Oh yeah, actually, he's in it a lot. He's not a day player.
There's a lot of times lately that he'll be like a very supporting character, and not this one. He's crucial. All right, Jeff Mohr, the time is nigh. What is your final thoughts? Your score? Your favorite scene for Breach?
Well, I can't go 3.
No,
I
don't know how that even happened.
So it's not. It's not.
Thomas Jane.
It's not very good, but it's kind of fun. I mean, there's a lot of shooting and running up and down corridors and blasted creatures and not understanding why they can shoot some creatures and some people they shoot and nothing happens, but I don't know. And the blue flame guns, that's kind of cool, but I don't know. I found it kind of annoying too. And giving Bruce Willis a hard time, but he's really good at playing that sort of, he's got that sort of cocked smile and sort of, I don't know if I don't want to use the word snide, but you know what I mean. Sort of smart ass comments.
Sarcastic,
sarcastic. He's good at that, and that's what he's doing. And I'm going to give this a 2, and that's only because the only reason it's that high.
Wow, really?
is because my ex-roommate says bad science fiction is better than no science fiction. So
I kind of like that. That's a good shirt there.
So and my scene, I got to take the beer bottle scene. That's the look of that guy's face when he drinks it down. It's just,
okay, gotcha. I like it later when he's kind of
burst.
Yeah, but again, that was like all anticipation and no show.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
And we
it wasn't in the budget. It wasn't in the budget.
And we got to see the no show 3 more times. Oh my god! All right, no, this movie is poop. Poop emoji. I was just laughing about how bad this movie was.
Wow.
But no, it's crap. Come on, Crystal.
It's kind of good crap, though. I agree, it's crap, but it's
good crap.
It was good crap to me. I don't know.
They
they shined up the turd for sure.
They
dipped it in.
They may have
that great big turd at the end, that wasn't very shiny.
They may have polished this turd up quite a bit, but it still stank. I watched it. I didn't turn it off. I didn't fall asleep. and I watched it late.
Oh,
So
well, that's nice.
it had
you go.
enough, but it had like those bad Roger Corman movies from the 80s or late 70s. It really did. The special effects are all over the place. The acting, Bruce Willis. I've seen a lot of Bruce Willis bad movies lately, and he still throws in a good one every once in a while. But this is right up there with his phone-in performances. He like you said, Jeff, the biggest thing he brings to this is when he drinks his little thing. That's it. That's
Yeah, he like tilts his head back and forth to
Yeah,
switch the
yeah.
booze around and cover his whole mouth or something.
So, man, I was thinking too as well, and yeah, I think that it is being generous, and that's because I almost want to give it a 1, but I'm going to give it a 2. I'm going to give it a 2.
Now you're making me rethink my whole life choices. I don't know.
We'll give it a 2. On the strength of Thomas Jane alone. Come on.
There we go.
All right, there you go. Yeah, even the concept doesn't make a goddamn sense.
Yeah, that's true.
My favorite scene. Okay, I think the reason why I'm giving it a 2 is because at some point a bomb goes off and blows up a lot of the bad guys, a lot of the zombie guys, and then our heroes walk away, and before they know it, all the little body parts start crawling back together and form whatever the hell that is. And that was I kind of all right. If you know Roger Corman films, you know what Roger Corman movie I was thinking of when I saw that. And I'm not going to say it here because I'm going to make you write it down in the comments below. But it's I thought that was funny.
Yeah, see, it's funny. It's funny.
It's funny.
Funny.
Oh, that's not what I want.
Funny.
All right.
Funny.
That's our review for Breach. It is out on VOD and all that goodness on the 18th. This is one that if it was on Netflix, have you seen those articles where they say the worst Bruce Willis movie ever is tearing up Netflix this week, right? It would be one of those articles, one of those link bait, whatever the hell they call it.
Clickbait.
Oh, yeah, clickbaits. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it definitely would. People would watch. People are going to watch the hell out of this, but not because it's good.
I mean, it's
I'm
kind of
right.
good.
I'm right.
It's kind of good. It's kind of good.
It's kind of.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I like it. I like trash sometimes.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless, Crystal, Jeff, thank you for joining me. This was a fun discussion talking about this fun movie.
Yes.
Poop emoji. Let's say goodnight, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Poop emoji.